Much to the chagrin of real Americans, the folks at the Wall Street Journal, a News Corp entity, have been cheerleaders for policies that have resulted in tens of millions of illegal aliens being allowed to invade our country. The death, political upheaval, and inevitable culture clash has increasingly victimized Americans as proponents of illegal immigration have grown bolder and bolder and more lawless. Headlines that read, "Illegal border crossings dropped to lowest level on record in June, just over 25,000, are enough to drive these Wall Street Journal types over the edge. And it leads to yellow journalism and an embarrassing effort to tarnish a president who prioritizes the American people, not illegal aliens and elites. Oh, how the Wall Street Journal has fallen. An indictment on another News Corp brand is the focus of today's preamble. In an effort to smear President Trump and link him to Jeffrey Epstein, the Wall Street Journal published a hit piece talking about a birthday card sent to now dead Jeffrey Epstein, a man regarded as the most prolific pedophile in U.S. history. According to the Journal, a letter addressed from Trump to Epstein for his 50th birthday in 2003 was part of a leather-bound book including dozens of other cards. The alleged Trump letter ends with, quote, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret," end quote. President Trump denied writing the letter and said in a social media post the story is false, malicious, and defamatory. The president is indicating he will sue over the story's publication. At this point, I should remind everybody of some important facts about the timeline here. The first accusations of debauchery leveled against Epstein didn't appear until 2005. 2 years after this alleged birthday card was sent. By the Wall Street Journal's so-called standards, apparently anyone who's ever sent Epstein a birthday card is a suspect. Other Never Trump media piling on this story. Wall Street Journal cousins over at the Fox Corporation picked up on some of the more salacious accusations, highlighting the claim that then businessman Trump, an apparent closet artist, drew a picture of a naked woman on the card. I know, with all these serious issues, this is the so-called hard-hitting journalism being trafficked in Never Trump media. The good news is that this story is being mocked from several different angles. Phil Halloway, legal analyst and columnist at Town Hall, lampooned the idea of Trump's alleged crude artistic ability by drawing a stick figure of a naked woman, sarcastically commenting, quote, "They finally got him." Megyn Kelly took to X to declare that the Wall Street Journal offering was, quote, "the dumbest attempted hit piece I've ever read," end quote. And speaking of X, Elon Musk, who has had recent falling out with President Trump, looked at the birdcage liner story and had this reaction to the contents, quote, "It really doesn't sound like something Trump would say, TBH, to be honest." But perhaps one of the most stinging and deserved takedowns of the Wall Street Journal piece came from conservative online influencer ALX. Quote, "Has the Wall Street Journal ever published this diary entry from Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley, where she details inappropriate showers with her dad? Or do they only do descriptions of unverified birthday cards with drawings?" End quote. Newsmax has not published the story about the Ashley Biden diary because it can't independently verify its authenticity. Apparently, those journalistic standards don't exist at the Wall Street Journal. Everybody can see what this trash is. It's gossip. The Never Trump media will do anything and everything to stop the America First agenda from being implemented. And I know what you're saying out there. Chris, I thought the Wall Street Journal was conservative. Well, they may have been at one time, but they are now the Bill Kristol of print media. Bill Kristol made gobs of money off pushing conservatism, claiming to be a conservative, but as soon as Trump and only Trump began implementing conservatism, he melted down. Kristol melted down into the male version of Rosie O'Donnell. So too is it with the Wall Street Journal. You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.